Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. And shalom to the elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, truth, sincerity. We wanted to come, with the sit down, concerning prophecy, dealing with everything that's going on with Brexit, and the things that can possibly lead, coming forth from this Brexit, which ultimately will lead through the spirit of YAHAWASHI up into World War III, which is the ultimate step, to happen, for the elect to be delivered, amongst other things, like the chip, martial law, and things of this nature. So, we just hope the segment is edifying, so we're going to get into it, starting off with this article.
This is a Dave Hodges, The Common Sense Show. The title is "The Brexit Vote Will Lead to the Isolation of America and Defeat in World War III."
So the title speaks for itself, man. It's talking about what? World War III. All right, that's what Brexit is going to lead up to, and it's inevitable through the spirit, because you got many news sources out there, that's speaking on, about the EU gearing up with their armies and things of this nature in wake of the Brexit situation,
And it reads, Putin is the grand master of the chessboard. He has positioned himself to elevate Russia over America in politics, economics, and military prowess. The spin-off consequences of the Brexit vote will lead to the isolation of America from its key allies. As this article postulates, Brexit has started a chain of events which will make it impossible for America to win World War III.
Right, so it's getting straight into it, man, down to the nitty-gritty. It's saying in wake of the Brexit and Putin, get Revelations 17:17 real quick, and Putin stepping up his game, basically playing chess with America. They've elevated themselves to the point where America has no way out. That there's no way for America to possibly win this third world war. And we know that this is all according to prophecy, man. That America will be utterly destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, man. By these nations such as Russia, China, Iran, so on and so forth, man. All these different nations that have nuclear capabilities, all right? So you can give me that scripture, huh?
This is Revelations chapter 17, verse 17. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
Right, so the point I wanted to grab out there is, for the Most High have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, man. So it's all because of the Most High playing the chess game with these different nations and working on the minds of the kings of the earth, that these things are coming to pass. That's why Russia is at this great estate in which they're in now and has the upper hand over America, because this all boils down to getting to the energy reserves over there, through Iran and through the bottom of the Caspian Sea and the Caucasus Mountains, in which America is trying to go after, but Russia has a lockdown on that, so Russia has a big advantage, over America as far as that aspect,
Reading on, it says, and even without war, the American economy will be pushed over the cliff. And jump into, in a post-Brexit world, the eventual defection of Germany, France, and Italy from NATO to Russia is easy to foretell. This is a case of a picture, or in this case, an energy map, is worth 1,000 words.
Right, so on a site they have a energy map with Lord willing. I'll post up for brothers, because this is what it boils down to. Russia is the largest, I believe it's the largest exporter of energy, and China is the nation that uses the most energy. So they have that energy deal in which they're building that long tunnel, that's stretching through Iran. That's why America wants that position over there in that Middle East, to try to be allies with Iran so they can stop Russia from doing what they're doing at those energy corridors at the bottom of the Caspian Sea and the Caucasus Mountains, okay? And I believe, I forgot the name of the tunnel in which they call it, but they set up this tunnel which they has stated, which will be complete was supposed to be complete in the year 2018. Now we hope we be out of here before then, but we see the serious ties in which Russia and China have amongst one another, man, to shut down America ultimately, you know? So go ahead.
Reading on, it says, all Russia has to do is to turn off the natural gas shipments this winter, and Europe will freeze and NATO will disappear. To anyone possessing an IQ above room temperature, this map is the road map to the destruction of NATO. Key NATO allies are being held hostage by Putin through energy blackmail. If NATO was to survive, the time to have attacked Russia was over 2 years ago when Russia invaded Crimea.
Right, so NATO pretty much, they missed their opportunity, man. The article is clearly getting into, and these analysts, you know, of these different world events, they know what they're talking about, man. You know, and Dave Hodges, he usually comes out with real good and credible information that's on point, man. You know, so NATO in America, they've missed their mark. They missed their time, man. That's what, because what? The Most High made them miss their mark, man. Because it's destined for them to go down. And now it's Russia's time to rise up against them. And what it clearly said that Russia holds the power to blackmail all these different nations around it, because Russia can cause an energy, a blackout amongst all those different countries, because they're the main energy exporter, okay? So these nations have to seek after Russia that are over there. And we've seen the thing with Russia and what's the other country that's on the, is it Crimea or
Ukraine?
Yeah, Ukraine. So yeah, Ukraine. You know how they threatened to keep their lights out and stuff, and they had to send food reserves over there and stuff like that. You know, so that was just a taste of the things that Russia has the capability of doing. And these other nations, they don't want no problems. They see that, you know, Britain's leaving from America, so they're seeing the decline. So now all these other nations, they're slowly but surely leaving America, and they're taking side with the BRICS nations, man, because they see where the power is shifting. Get that in what is it, Sirach 11 or something like that, about the translation of kingdom to a kingdom or something of that nature.
I got you.
Yeah. So bring that part back again up.
It says, the time to have attacked Russia was over 2 years ago when Russia invaded Crimea.
Come, so you can go ahead and bring that scripture out.
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 10, and I start at 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and men, and by both doeth one commit iniquity, because of unrighteous dealings and juries and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And right, what? Because what? America, they do unjust dealings, and these other nations have had it, man. So the Most High is translating power, not for Russia to be set up as the next superpower to earth, but he's temporarily transferring the power so that the judgment can be brought on the great whole, which is America, you know, aka Babylon the Great, man. Right? So I got a precept, one of y'all can break it down. This is Daniel's chapter 2 and 21. And he changeth the times and seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. And he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
So that's to the Lord's prophets, you know, starting with the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and the men on down. The Lord's wise men are seeing the prophecies. Can you read that part again? So I got, you know, the Lord prophecies is coming to pass, and the Lord is actually breaking down, you know, the Lord is breaking down the structure of America. He's gathering these kings of the earth to war with America, you know, and it's like a chess game, you know. And then as you check out the Brexit exit of the EU, that now you see other countries and states that's basically trying to exit the EU. You know, it's like a domino effect, you know.
If I can add right quick, what also makes pretty much a country strong is their backing, you know, because different countries also have different resources, you know, which allows America to be that figurehead, to be put in that forefront, you know, because even with the petrodollar was held at a great estate because what? The other countries needed gas, they needed the oil, you know, they needed the oil pretty much get their system flowing, you know, which allowed America to be great, you know, because they received the benefits from them, you know. But when you got countries detaching themselves from America, that causes America, Babylon the Great, to become weak, as the scriptures say, you know.
Yeah, real quick, the two videos, you know, basically just for edification's sake, you have New Hampshire calls for the NH exit. Okay, so they basically trying to mimic and want out of this EU, man. You know. Go ahead, I got
Con. Yeah, you want me to read this back again?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel 2:21. And he changeth the times and seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings.
Who is that? That's Yahawah. Okay, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. They removeth kings and set up kings. Go ahead.
He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding.
Right. You know. So yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, come. Yeah, so you can go back to that article.
And it reads, but I believe that this ship has sailed with Russia's military buildup in Syria, along with China's support. America cannot survive, much less win World War III. If the UK's exit from the EU is joined by Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Scotland, the second vote coming leaves the EU as it appears likely. The EU will fall apart, and so will its financial contributions to NATO. Combined with Russia putting the big chill on Germany and the rest of NATO, NATO could quickly be history, because the European nations do not have the energy reserves to stand up to a Russian energy blackmail.
Right, so that goes to show you the trump card that Russia holds within their hand, man, to blackmail these other nations with their energy resources, man, because all these different countries depend on Russia as a big exporter of that energy over there, man. And as it got into, you know, Russia, you know, having the power to blackmail Germany, basically to tell them to sit down, you know, then these other different countries, if they wind up leaving the EU, then they're done, man. That means what? America's allies are finished, man, because they're going to have no choice but to fall in line unto the BRICS order, you know. And in turn, what is that going to cause? All of them to go against America, you know, because America, they always doing things behind these other countries' back, and these countries are getting sick of it, man. That's what this is all coming down to, man. And that's why the whole Brexit thing led up to, man. Because you had that dude, you know, Cameron, that had spoke on it, and that said, you know, it's no longer needful for, you know, Britain to be tied into America, because their interests are totally different. And America is just reaping all of the benefits, and Britain is getting, you know, basically screwed in the end, you know?
If I could add right quick, you know, and like it said, he's a grandmaster of the chessboard, you know, because even with Germany being an ally unto America, Germany and America, they not at a strong stand at this current time. So with Russia blackmailing Germany as far as the energy resources, you know, that's gonna that's actually a push in allowing Germany to detach themselves from America. You know, and back in World War II, Germany pretty much had control of the food production, you know, which allowed them to have the upper hand in World War II. And the same thing is happening in this present time now, because now Germany, you know, there's actually a company in Germany called Bayer, you know, and they're in talks with buying out Monsanto, which is an American corporation. So, and we know that Monsanto controls the production of the foods, you know, down to the seeds, you know, down to the, you know, the food being pushed in your grocery stores. Now, if Germany purchases Monsanto, they control America's food source. So with Germany detaching themselves from NATO and the EU, that allows America to have a famine, you know? So it's all set up, man. You know, there's nothing new under the sun.
All these things that are happening, you know, it's all according to prophecy, and it's a trickle-down effect. It's a domino effect, man. You know, and that's why, you know, the Lord has set us up as spiritual men, you know, to, you know, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, you know, to be able to see these things, recognize these things, and speak on them, man. Because, you know, you have these different reporters and different stuff like that, different newscastings, the alternative media news and all that. They speak upon these things, but all these things stem from the Bible, man, the Holy Scriptures, man. in which the prophets have to, in general, give you the interpretation of these things. They speak on them not knowing prophecy, but we speak on them knowing that it's just the Lord's will being fulfilled, man. Every single day, and slowly but surely, we see these things coming to pass, you know. So this is all for the elect, man, to recognize and speak on, so that we can all get ready for these coming events and these atrocities that are about to happen, you know. So
yeah, this is Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, say the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. You know, so the Lord basically, all these things are done because it's all done until judgment day, and it's all designed in a certain fashion that the Lord has it going through, so that judgment day come and he'll destroy these nations, man. You see? So it says, therefore wait ye upon me, say the Lord, until the day that I rise up to pray. So there, this is why we waiting for prophecies. We waiting for the prophecies to be fulfilled, and we seeing them. You know, that's why we understand what's going on in the world, what's going on with the Brexit. You know, why they leaving the EU. You know, we understand that these nations are gathering, as the scriptures say in Joel, you know, gathering their artillery together. You know, Russia is advancing their ICBMs, their intercontinental ballistic missiles. You know, upgrading their weapons and so forth, man. Because we at the end, you see. But the key is that we wait upon the Lord until the day. It says until the day that he rise up to the prey.
I got something right quick. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And it's talking about America. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. O Babylon, thou was not aware. You know, because of America, you know, as well as the peons in America, they're not aware of the chess moves that's being made upon Russia. You know, here it is, a snare, you know, with Germany, with that country, with that company Bayer, pretty much wanting to buy Monsanto. That's a chess move, man. However, America is not aware that Germany ultimately is going to turn their back upon them, which is going to establish a famine in the land. That's a snare, that's a trap that these people are not aware of, man. You know, and they didn't see all of this coming down the pipe. You know, as far as NATO and the EU being broken. But what? The men of the Lord, you know, the apostles of Great Millstone to the men on down, you know, we have this understanding of the scriptures and we've seen it coming. We see it coming. You know, reading on, it says, thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. You know, so America, Babylon the Great, is in this predicament because what? They did everything contrary to the things that YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI written in the Holy Scriptures, man. Passing laws on homosexuality, you know, setting the woman up over the man, polluting the air with the chemtrails, bringing forth the GMO foods. Here it is now, Whole Foods it's okay for them not to tell you that the foods are GMO. You know, so all of that wickedness that this devil pressed upon the land, we're in a situation now to where he's being judged, man.
Yeah, can I add to the brother that when you check out Venezuela, you know, the way, you know, the economy over there and the foods that they can't eat, their whole way of living is being destroyed. And they out there eating cats and dogs. That's going to happen not only in Babylon, but to these other places too. Right. Because you have your kings are against each other. And they're leaving out of what they had established and doing different things because they all looking for power. They all looking for a gain, you know, to up power into their system, you know. So the scriptures say, how can Satan be against Satan? He divide itself, roughly paraphrasing, you know. So you're going to have many other places like Venezuela lacking food and water. And as the brother bringing out, you know, you can see a famine is coming. You see? And that's a part of the Bible. That's the word, man. That's prophecy.
I got a precept when y'all break it down. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Yeah,
You know,
you got it. You got it.
and maybe because that's these other nations. So like you read it again.
From 9.
Yeah,
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
that's right. Hell talking about what a low state. You know what I'm saying? You know, because America is about to be put into that low state. You know what the things that Venezuela is experiencing, the people eating out of trash cans and garbage, and you know,
Cats and
eating
dogs.
cats and dogs. You know, it's a moment of time before they start resorting to cannibalism. You know, so the things that's happening over there is what's about to come to America. What?
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth.
That's right, and it's getting into the other nations, because all the other nations is coming up against America. Go ahead.
It have raised up from the thrones, from their thrones, all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
That's right, and that's getting into the infrastructure, because America was great because of its technology. But now everybody has the same technology or even better than America. You know, so all of these, America was able to flex upon these other countries because it was tender and delicate. No war has touched upon this on the soils of America.
Freedom
They had freedom
of wickedness.
of wickedness. You know, their democracy. You know, they had Michael Jackson and shit like that. You know, the entertainment. You had Hollywood. So everybody looked at America as the place to be, the land of opportunity, so to speak. You know, all of these third world countries looked up to America. But the Heavenly Father is stripping America of its benefits. The Heavenly Father is stripping America of its liberty, so-called liberty, you know, and is about to turn this place into America as a third world country. So that's what the scripture is saying, has thou become weak as we, you know? So the other countries are looking at America like, look, you ain't shit either, you know? Go ahead.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
That's right. How art thou fallen from heaven? Meaning rulership, man. You know? It's not talking about a heaven, you know, in a spiritual realm. You know? Heaven's going to be on earth just like hell is on earth. But what? The so-called white man, the nation of Edom, Lucifer, you know, that's who was talking about, the so-called white man. How art thou fallen from heaven? How are you falling from that great state that you were set up to be? Here it is, that movie Purge, the election, you know, they had a statement, how we're going to make America great, you know, and what's Donald Trump's motto? We need to make America great again, you know, and that's how we know that America is Babylon the Great, you know, through the Holy Scriptures, everything's spiritual, you know.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to read the last verse 16. It says, They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake the nations?
That's right.
Kingdoms. Like
So when you pissed off at somebody, you know, you narrowly look at them. You pretty much squinting at them. You know what I'm saying? Because you pissed off at them. And that's what these other nations are doing in America. Because here it is, America is that great whore. You know, here it is, America's causes problem reaction solution, you know, in all these other countries, you know, and set up American embassies, you know, when they take over their natural resources, because the scriptures speak upon how he don't keep it at home, you know. So America is that great whore that dibbles and dabbles in every country's natural resources and stays there, man, you know, and forces their democracy and their ways of living upon them, you know. So the other nations are going to narrowly look at America like, you bitch, you know. You did all of this wickedness to our people. You destroyed our infrastructure. You destroyed our culture and way of living, you know. So what? Now the judgment is going to be reaped upon to you, you know.
All right, I had a quick precept too to add to the brother because
speak up a little bit.
yeah, I had a quick precept to add to the brother because he was talking about how America, a freedom of wickedness. You know, the Lord allowed this place to blossom, but now He's destroying this place as well because it's wickedness, right? Now this is Isaiah chapter 19, and I start at 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every way thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. America is proud to represent homosexuality, bestiality. You know, they proud to represent and be and they proud to represent wickedness. They make a trophy for wickedness. You know, they trump a trophy high as wickedness, man. It says the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit.
I'll pick it up for you.
Oh, you got it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. As
It said every work thereof, because when you check out the foods, you check out the education, you check out the water system, you check out the technology, even how you ride in your cars, it's polluting the earth, you know. And this place is like a starting point for all the other nations to follow. So when you go to these other nations, they wear suits and ties, they have cars, they have concrete roads, you know, signs. The way America, the way this Edomite designed this place. Go ahead.
as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
And that the religions, the philosophies, you know, the freedom of religion, you know, to worship any other type of God you please. Go ahead.
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Right, because this place right here that used to be a delicacy, America, aka really Babylon the Great, which we know today as America, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, that now this place is being destroyed. There will be no work for this place. When you're talking about Brexit, getting into about all these kings like being divided, leaving from one another, you know, when you look at Venezuela, how they having an uproar of famine, this place, America, this place is going to be in the same way, man. So read that last point against that. So
Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman.
Right, because this place used to be proud. That's like a man's pride. But now they're like more woman because you're afraid and scared. You know, you're hollering, you're crying out for help, complaining. You know? Go ahead.
It says it right here. And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
Hey, the Lord is shaking every time brothers is doing shows and doing lessons. You know what I'm saying? We're reproving this devil and setting him in order before his face, as the scriptures say. You know, brothers going out there on the highways and byways week in and week out, taking no breaks, man. That's the Lord shaking his hand on this devil, man.
That was it on that, yeah. All right, come on. You can go back to the article.
I finished this part, right? It'll be history.
Yeah, go up. Yeah.
I got a good precept.
You got something?
Yeah.
All right, you good.
I just read this through, because this is coming too. You know, Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come, say the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea. Because remember, the people here in America is like a woman.
Yeah.
You know, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Because your only deliverance and the only escape from this judgment is if you are the elect of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Those people, you know, those men, women, and kids that's going to be delivered is going to escape this judgment coming upon this place. So it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgin and young man faint for thirst.
The next point, it says Britain is waffling at the threat of the coming world war. It says with the Brexit vote, America is on the verge of losing its closest and most important ally, Great Britain. The mainstream media is reporting that Brexit was about economically decoupling from the failing EU. controlling its borders and gaining control over immigration. What the mainstream media is not reporting is that the UK leadership is running from US imperialism. The next point, it says Britain is waffling at the threat of the coming World War. It says with the Brexit vote, America is on the verge of losing its closest and most important ally, Great Britain. The mainstream media is reporting that Brexit was about economically decoupling from the failing EU, controlling its borders and gaining control over immigration. What the mainstream media is not reporting is that the UK leadership is running from US imperialism.
Hey, this is the key point right here. It said what the UK leadership is running from US imperialism. This is key. Go ahead.
And the unreported reason that many of the UK elite supported Brexit was because many of the elite do not want to be blown up in a nuclear war for supporting American imperialism as per the Rothschild Rockefeller banking interests that the American government presently serves.
Bring that back up.
It says, and the unreported reason that
They said this is the unreported reason because the masses of the people don't really take it to heart or take it to conscience that it's the elite banking families that run this world. They think your common presidents and senators and people like and congressmen, they actually think that they have the total control. But no, it's the elites. So it's America that is pushing the elites agenda. That is why the UK is leaving from that because they don't want to be a part of that. So go ahead, read it. Keep reading.
And the unreported reason that many of the UK elite supported Brexit was because many of the elite do not want to be blown up in a nuclear war for supporting American imperialism as per the Rothschild Rockefeller banking interests that the American government presently serves.
Right, so what the American interest is towards the Rockefeller, the Rothschilds service, man. They're that bitches, man. Plain and simple, okay? But it said what the UK at least they don't want to get blown up in the Third World War because America is backing the Rothschilds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They say nah, we're not trying to go through all that, man. We trying to have peace. We trying to grow our economy, do this and do that. But this is once again, this is all according to prophecy, man. And this is why that they're going to continue to have problems back and forth. This is like you disrespecting your mother. Here it is, Britain birthed America, because Britain is called what? The mother country, because it birthed America. Now you trying to disrespect your mother. So what? It's only but so long before your mother keep taking that from you, and for your mother to start to pop your ass, man. So Great Britain is going to be one of those top countries, you know, along with these other countries that's going to follow suit, you know, to be blowing America a new asshole, man.
That's right.
You know, so it's only inevitable. Because as it clearly said, what the Americans is serving the interests of the Rothschilds, man. You know?
Going back into the prophecy, she that bare thee shall be ashamed of thee. Talking about Great Britain. You know? But reading on, it says when the British elite produced the following declaration, it should have been easy for the world to have predicted Brexit. First the UK leaves the EU, and then it will eventually separate from NATO. If you don't think so, look at much of the UK elite were saying 2 years ago. Ahead of the Vienna Conference on the humanitarian impact of nuclear weapons, members, mostly British, have expressed extreme trepidation of the possibility of coming nuclear war. The conference participants stated that urgent action is needed to minimize the risk of a nuclear war. Some of the signatories include.
You ain't got to read all that. Yeah. But so they've been given warning that World War III can happen because of certain actions. And they were trying to prevent certain things from actually coming to pass so that they can try to avoid a World War III. But this is what the elites want, you know? The elites always support both sides of the war. So this is what they truly want. And they're thinking that they're going to come out on the end as usual on top. And part of you got to keep in mind too, what's a part of the elites agenda? To number down the people to 500 million. So them trying to spark another world war, they thinking that they're going to get closer towards their agenda and to total globalization and their complete one world order, which is not going to happen, man. Okay? You have something?
I just want to read a little bit of this conclusion.
Okay.
It says the petrodollar is on its last legs as America's hegemony over the world's economy is ending. Simply put, on the present course, the dollar could collapse at any point in time. And we know once the dollar collapses, that's when the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is going to be mandatory, you know, and implemented.
You got something?
Yeah, brother quoted it already, but I'll just bring it out.
Jeremiah 50?
Yeah.
Come here.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, and I'll get to the point. I'll start at 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoice, O ye destroyers of my heritage. It says, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and billow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert. You know, another quick precept. This is Job chapter 5 verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And that's your new world order. It says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So the Lord is going to disrupt or destroy, interrupt, you know, your new world order, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And you know, as the apostles were saying recently, you know, there was a point in time where, you know, the Illuminati was a secret. You know, that the bank and the lease, they were kept a secret. But now everything is out there in the forefront, man. It can't hide anymore. That's why I said unreportedly. You know, and then they actually mentioned the elite's names.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't hear that like 20 years ago. You wouldn't hear that. But now everything is out in the forefront, man, because the Lord has to proclaim these things out there. The Lord has to fully expose these devils for who they are, man. Okay? So
I got something right quick. And this proves how 200 million missiles is going to be shot upon on this land, America, Babylon the Great, because all of these countries are turning their back on America, their allies. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. And we know the third part of men is talking about the wicked, the son of the wicked. You know, because you have the son of the heavenly Father, which are the Israelites. You got the son of men, which are the other nations, and then you have the wicked, which is these Edomites, because they rule the planet Earth currently. Verse 17, it says, verse 16, it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and that equates to 200 million. And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone in the heads of the horses, whereas the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. And that's talking about those missiles.
And I add too, you got simple niggas that'll talk about it don't take 200 million missiles to destroy America because Russia said they have a Satan bomb that can destroy Texas alone.
Right.
You idiot.
Right.
You don't understand the technology.
Yeah.
First of all, a missile is just to get the warhead there. The warhead is the actual destruction.
Yeah.
One ICBM missile can hold up to a number of warheads. The warheads is the one is what actually destroys the land. So with those many missiles from all these different countries can make up 200 million missiles.
Right.
Or 200 million warheads.
Right.
But it, of course, it's in the missile.
Yeah.
You see? So
Yeah.
you got, you know what I mean?
That's like you having a machine gun. Here it is, you have a machine gun. You know, you got shells, you know, with the bullet, but then you got the sluggers, which actually kills you, which goes inside you, but the shell drops. You know, here it is, one bullet could kill an individual, but here it is, you got people emptying out clips, or you got people getting hit with multiple bullets. Well, that's what's going to happen to America. The Lord's going to send 200 million missiles for all of the madness and the destruction and the atrocities and the rape, robbery, and murder that he pressed upon the nation of Israel, primarily the elect. You know?
got a quick precept. It's Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her from thence.
Which, that's what they're doing now. they're trying to get away from America because America is destined for destruction the way it's going. You can see it. They don't want no parts of it, and they want to put their money elsewhere. They want to go with what they see as the new power, which they believe that is going to be China or Russia, you know? So they putting themselves array against America.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain.
So when that day actually come, the Lord is giving you the vivid picture of how the Lord is going to have these nations shoot their missiles upon America, man.
And it said none shall return in vain, meaning every missile is going to hit its target. You know.
In verse 10, in Chaldea, meaning what, aka Babylon, aka America, and America shall be a spoil, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord, man.
Right.
So they're gonna get there, like how you have Ishmael that hates America because of what America does to them every day. They don't talk about that. You Edomites be proud of America, but then your government is destroying the Ishmaelites every day through drone strikes. Right now, guys are getting killed. Right now. Literally right now. And even when this video get loaded up, right then, they're still going to be killing them. You know?
Because even in the armies, America go to all of these different countries like Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, wherever they be, you know, and they put hell upon them people. You know, they rape their women. You know, they kill their children. So when all hell breaks loose in this society, when martial law is established, and you got these foreign troopers, guess what? The same thing that America did to the other countries, they're going to do on the soils of America. You know? It's payback.
You know, so, you know, with that, you know, with this Brexit thing, and, you know, we see that America's constantly dwindling down. Their allies are starting to move themselves away, you know, from them monetarily in all type of ways, trying to move towards the so-called new superpowers. You know what I'm saying? What these devils, these elite bankers are being exposed, you know, in America for actually pushing the agenda of the elites. And, you know, these other nations are sick of it, and they're going to be satisfied, you know, when America get that ass torn up, man. You know? So with that, you had any last statements?
Yeah, I'll just read it straight through. Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the sparks of his fire shall not shine.
So with that, we hope this segment was edifying. You know, we like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and live with love and true sincerity. Shalom, death to America.
Death to America.